Right, Miko running everyone. Welcome to a first impression video of a game that was gifted to me a little while back. I think it was like a Christmas gift from my good friend, my very good, great friend, Mike from Movie Mike, and his gaming channel is Mike Plays Games. So I want to dedicate this first impression video to him and to give him a huge shout out. Also, you're going to have to forgive me. I have a headache. My body is kind of sore for some reason, and I think maybe I'm sick. It's not like a fever kind of sick, but something else. Just like my neck and I don't know, my muscles like up here. Something's wrong, but anyways, I just felt like doing this still. I before I started doing this, I laid down for a while to try to get some of my strength back so I could do it. And okay, so let's go see what this is. I've never played this before. I think I remember back in the day when this was still new and coming out, seeing trailers for it, and it looked really cool. So let's check this out. So thank you, Mike. Thank you so much for gifting this to me. I think he gifted at least 4 or 5 games to me at one time, at once. Probably, like I said, around Christmas time. I think it was sometime in January though when he gifted it to me. So okay, let's go check this out. Oh, okay. Oh, also was that shift to run, C or control to crouch, F to dodge, I for inventory, does that enter, or tab for diary? Oh, okay, tab for diary. Okay, I see. P to pause. Okay. Place diversion. Can I remap the keys?
So, is it all true?
What have you heard already?
That illness. It thickened the bones. It accelerated the healing process and tissue regeneration. Is that all true?
Every word.
But if that's what it was doing, why call it an illness?
The Lepidopterans made a nest out of the human body where they could eat and multiply. An illness is what it is.
But then?
Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning.
I'm old, Mr. Manny. My memory is not one of my strong points.
Well, for example, why do they call you Madam Svenska?
A name is just a trace. It is our business card,
very
our
good.
identifier. It presents us to the world. But does it tell our story or really describe who we are?
I swear I know 3 or 4 idiots with the same exact name.
Well, yes. But we are not made of that name. It is given to us. Other people choose it for us, whether it suits us or not. It doesn't tell us who we really are. That name will not give us any answers. It is only through growing old that we become the answer to the questions of our childhood. And living in Sweden the last 30 years has definitely inspired this affectionate moniker. And so, Madam Svenska, it is.
And yet you come back to Italy. Why?
Because I forgot. But I also forgot that I had promised to remember.
Tell me.
Please excuse me. Sometimes my memory needs to be jogged. There's always been a song that, as well as the name you refer to so much, has labeled my whole life, has given it a name, and it's from a name. If you can believe how bizarre and sometimes unbelievable my confused memories are to describe that all this began.
Yeah, that was a very cool cutscene.
Say goodbye.
Oh, cool.
Hearty frost from my eye. If you leave me,
I really hope
sure you miss me.
I really hope this is not a real song, so I don't get flagged.
You fly, you lose something in the sky. Come on, let's dance. We don't have any chance. Give me a kiss, so you know what you're gonna miss. If you fly, you lose something in the sky. Listen to me, aromas leave us free. But needs to be taken care
I feel like, okay, I don't know. I might have to, is this considered a cinematic? I have to lower that a little bit more.
Feels like it's gonna rain again.
Okay. Maybe I have to bring that down. Okay. Maybe that's okay. Okay, it's working kind of hard, so let's see now. VSync on. Preset. High. Ultra. better to have the VSync off. So it looks fine to me, you know, at medium. Collectible unlocked. Cut here, cut there. On screen.
Who is it?
Yes, hello. I'm Dr. Reed from the Santa Margarita Institute.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Felton is no longer a patient.
I know. This is why I'm here. Hello? Anyone?
I always feel anxious when looking at some icons and mirrors. How do I save this? Shit. The fuck? Exclusive. Full screen. How come I can't change any of this stuff? I don't understand that. I don't know. Holy shit. I mean, it's going like 73, but I suppose it's okay. I don't want it to really look like crap. What if I turn that down and just keep it at high? I turn that off and keep it at high. Oh, see, now it's going up to like 76. 78, okay. Alright, I'll just keep that at medium. Apply that. It still looks good. Staying around the low to mid 70s, the temperature. I for inventory, right? Why can't I do that now? Okay. You know, I'm a little curious here. What if I do that, right? Is it still gonna look okay? Alright, and then I make that high. Oh shit. Worthless. Alright. Yeah, that's some cool idols.
Yes?
Good evening. I
Miss
am.
Reed, you already told me at the intercom, and as I already told you, Mr. Felton is no longer a patient at the Santa Margarita
I know.
Institute.
I came here voluntarily, outside the Institute.
So what do you want?
I am personally re-examining your case. Causes, reagents. I strongly believe there are alternative ways and probably other experiments that are worth a try. I am fighting with the Institute to recognize there are other adequate remedies for your husband's
Oh,
pathology.
no, please. I'm just assisting him. I'm his nurse.
By the
I didn't
way,
know.
It's okay. I suppose you want to talk to him.
it's March
Thank you.
17th.
I apologize for the darkness,
2024.
but Mr. Felton's sight has been damaged and immensely compromised because of the disease. Anyway, I am Gloria. Oh, and please, refrain from smoking inside. Mr. Felton hates the smell of smoke.
Sorry.
Okay. Wow. This is...
Please, this way. Bad habit.
Smoking?
Yes, such a shame. You should quit. You have no idea how bad this is for you. Not only for your health, but it's also very expensive. Money and time wasted. I have so much to do every day.
I feel
couldn't
like a
waste
little
time
nauseous
with
as
such a
well.
bad habit.
Do you assist
like-
Mr. Felton all day?
Oh no, from midday
Like
to
I
8
want to
p.m.
vomit, but
Then I go back home. I live near here. If needed, he can contact me with a pager, but that's not often. His wife takes care of him when I'm off.
What can you tell me about her?
I met her just a couple of times. She's usually out or locked in her bedroom when I'm here. Let's say they don't seem to get along.
I didn't know.
But, you know, when she's home, she listens to the same music, the same song, over and over.
oh. Get inside the mansion and meet Dr. Felton. Oh, sweet Jennifer. Flip. My sweet Jennifer. St. Margarita Institute. Dr. Rosemary Reed. Oh, that's... I like that. $18.20. Okay. The patient complains, and this is a guy I'm going to see. The patient complains of severe pain in the abdomen due to many diarrhea and vomiting discharges. He seeks emergency assistance. An ambulance took him from home to undergo extensive clinical examinations. Suspected ulcerated parasitosis. X-ray exam abdomen. At first glance, by direct abdominal radiography, the patient reports evident hydroair levels in the abdominal cavity with abundant kidney, liver, and intestine abscess drainage. Where unusual formations are noticed, parasitosis. The affected areas are fully blown to a common microorganism, damaged but unusually intact. After removal of skin cysts, there is evidence of proliferation of multiple parasites. Moths? Really? Characterized by unusual cellular activity. Suspected cause in the affected areas. Proliferation. Is that the same as preparation? I think it's called preparation. You know, like with coupons, it's perforated, so you can tear the coupon easily. Perforated. Blood test and urinalysis. Blood tests show a significant increase of the values in leukocytes and inflammation indices. Possible correlation with the suspected ulcerated peritosis, testosterone deficiencies, and marked presence of estrogen. Estrogen. This is a man. I thought estrogen is something for women, but potentially unrelated to the disease. Urinalysis shows traces of blood and follicles like larvae. Overdose of drugs, opiates, and surplus of unapproved psychodrugs. Antidepressants without prescription. Monoaminoxidase inhibitor. Monoaminoxidase inhibitor. Something caught my eye here. What was it? Leukocytes, but it's okay, not like leukemia, but I suspect abuse of phenoxyl. Diagnosis: patient with UPP, which shows alteration of the organs involved in difficult general clinical picture. Due to the large number of affected areas and the delicate state of health, the inefficiency of surgical intervention is inferred. External causes and hypotheses of contamination risk are considered, subject to further testing. Emetics, antibiotics, and cortisone are prescribed. Okay, so here's the letter. With this letter, we inform you about the urgency to undergo treatment with our specialists who are usually in charge of following patients affected by debilitating disease like the one you have. It is understood that your refusal to undergo psychological therapy seems clear to us, and since we understand your choice, we encourage you to go through other in-depth analysis at our institute. Whether you are unable to communicate with us, we invite you to tell your wife, Ariana Gallo, which is your designated helper and beneficiary as well, to contact us. According to the diagnostic criteria provided by the regional health system to our institute, we are obliged to request you once again not to be absent on the designated dates for the next requested medical exams, full body x-ray, urological examination. Regards, the doctor. Okay. It's good to kind of, get a little insight on the person we are about to see. And look at that. I like that. Can I save? No. Oh, what is this? I'll get back to game.
This way, please. Mr. Felton will be here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Lighting is very good. Okay, let's see if we can pick up some clues. The coronation of a virgin. The young girl gazes into the sky above with stunned eyes, and light hits her. But something is out of place. I see hands up there, yeah. From the dark sky that threatens storm are descending the hideous hands. I saw those hands. Stranger creatures. They This picture makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, see, right upper left corner, the hands. Am I gonna do it now? What are you talking about? Mr. and Mrs. Felton's farm, Rosso Gallo, closes. Danger of contamination. Wyman and Felton's indicated for allergic criminal activity against consumers and production employees. October 2nd, 1971. Wait a minute here. For alleged criminal activity, yeah. The Rosso Gallo farm, Pride of Gallo's, closed due to suspected contamination. It has been reported that many products have been infected by toxic pollen that could be cause of severe parasitosis. The owner, Ariano Gallo, top right, her husband, the notorious Richard Felton, professor and company's partner Albert Elias Wyman, are under investigation. The latter has been allegedly accused by Felton himself of having used the company to carry out pharmaceutical experiments, taking advantage of corporate funds at his will. Indeed, the warning came from the residents at the company's headquarters, the Ashmans, who managed the building and supervised the harvesters, the sisters of adjoining convent. Among the reported symptoms, painful ulcers, vomiting, proliferation, and parasites, and, in some cases, keratosis, photosensitivity. So like something to do with like the sunlight. Keratosis. Almost something to do with maybe like carotene or something. Beta carotene, but that's like in carrots. Following the heavy allegations, both the Feltons and the Ashmans received numerous threats from Wyman himself, who has been removed from the Order of Physicians today. Wyman stated he was shocked by the charges and pointed his finger to his former business partner Richard Felton. He personally funded me. It is worth noticing that Felton himself, like his father, promoted and funded the Phenoxyl Project, a drug for which Wyman himself was nominated for the prestigious Medicine Award in 1957, but that was retired from the market a few years later due to the disastrous side effects. Meanwhile, even at Felton's house, which was used as location for product distribution, the activities ceases. As a result of the scandal, the Ashmans and Feltons also broke any kind of relationship. How come I cannot scroll down some more? That is, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I have to flip it. As a matter of fact, the Ashmans claimed a substantial refund for the damage they suffered, because even their children have been infected. That's kind of weird that I wasn't able to scroll more further down. You damn son of a bitch. See what they write about me on the news? You wanted to tarnish me, but I'll get back at you. Oh, surely I will. Starting with your daughter. Do you believe she doesn't know who her father is? I'm sure he would be glad to know that she is his daughter. Show you've got balls. Take your own responsibilities. What am I saying? Balls. You never got balls. No, their hands up there too. Almost like she's got angelic wings. You see that? Like they're stretched on there on the side.
Do you believe in God, miss?
Well,
This must be the guy.
it would be too easy, wouldn't it? I believe in people's willpower. Everything else is not God, but an aptitude or mankind's cruelty.
This is the kind of fairy tale I prefer at my age. When you're worn out from an incurable disease, you start having some doubts. Why is there so much life in such small but lethal creatures? An arbiter, that's all
For
we need.
what? It's wrong and crazy. It's human nature.
That same nature in which we are equals to those ants eating each other. But, pardon me, I forgot my manners. Please, sit down. Dr. Reed, I suppose?
Sorry, Mr. Felton. Pleased to meet you.
So you already met Gloria?
Yes, she let me in.
She's a great reference, extremely hardworking, but back to us. I don't recall seeing beautiful doctors like you at the Institute, Dr. Reed.
I am flattered, Mr. Felton. I arrived at the Institute just a few months after you left. And you left because?
Inadequacy of the sanitary treatments within the structure.
That's right. And in a few words?
In a few words, they didn't know how to treat my case, and they left me there to die.
But it seems that other issues took over.
I once or twice refused to go through exams.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, Gloria. Yes, see if Dr. Reed needs anything.
Oh, no.
May I offer you a cup of tea or coffee? Espresso?
No, thank you.
As you wish. How about you, Mr. Felton?
No, thank you. I'll keep entertaining our guest. You can go now.
You're diagnosed? 1958?
Yes, indicatively. Some friends and I contracted the disease while traveling to Egypt, and it got worse.
In addition to the disease, the first exam showed some inconsistency. Some hormonal deficiency? Overdose of non-prescribed drugs, opiates, Phenoxyl. Wasn't it recalled in the mid-60s?
Doctor, don't you think that nowadays there are ways to obtain drugs without any prescription?
I believe so. According to your file, you still receive your disability pension. Even better, it seems that the beneficiary is your wife, Ariana Gallo.
Exactly. She's the one who takes care of me when Gloria is off.
How about your daughter?
My daughter, Celeste, has never come back home.
Disappeared. She was adopted, am I right?
The investigators confirmed that she intentionally left. They never suspected a kidnapping since there was no ransom request.
How about Weeman? Wasn't he a suspect?
A flash in the pan, an idiot who brought confusion by sending warnings and threats.
And her birth parents?
Dr. Reed, young girls often decide to just go. And this is what my daughter decided to do.
Jennifer.
What did you say?
At times, you'd call her Jennifer.
You know, my
Mr.
daughter...
Felton, what has really happened to your daughter?
I just told you.
How about the off-the-record version?
I am not sure where you're trying to go with this, but I won't tolerate... I don't have the strength for this now.
I know you've been trying to forget her, but this picture might help you to.
What is this? Where did you get this picture?
Isn't she your daughter? Celeste, or has you called her? Jennifer?
I asked you a question.
Back of the picture says Jennifer.
There is no Jennifer!
You thought I was stupid, didn't you, Mr. Felton? Do you really think I'd come here without knowing what I'm talking about?
Who are you, and why did you come here? Did you come to my home to threaten me with your condescending
Threatening
tone?
you? So maybe I should ask your wife then.
She's not home.
Seems like she is.
Mr. Felton, I just talked to the director of the Institute on the phone. They have never heard of Dr. Reed. She is not what she claims to be.
Well, Miss Reed,
I'm not.
that is your real name. Your time here has ended. Please, leave my property. Miss Gloria will escort you out.
Please follow me.
Mr. Felton, please, tell me what you did to your daughter!
Good evening.
Follow me.
Mr. Felton.
So that's one item no longer in my inventory, right?
You know the way. How do you even...
How do I do what?
How do you even sleep at night? You use people's lives regardless of the pain you cause. The Feltons have been through a lot.
Why am I like a reporter?
And they are good people.
Gloria, a young girl disappeared.
We all know the story, unfortunately. A burden that the Feltons will have to carry for the rest of their lives. Celeste just left them.
If that was the case, there was a motivation behind it. And it threatened her life.
Key. It's best if I go to sleep after this. Would you like to save your game? Well, of course I would. Is this how the saving is? Look for the mirrors with the metronome. From now on, you can save your game only using those. Really? Look for mirrors with a metronome. The metronome is to keep time when playing like an instrument, typically like pianos or something. When you're playing the piano, you want to, you know, keep in sync or something. Not like it. I don't know how to phrase it, but it just keeps it on the right, the right, like the flow of the music. I don't know how else to phrase that. Oh, very cool. Okay, yeah, this is a great place to stop it for a first impression video, I think. And, you know, next time I get back to it, it will no longer be a first impression video, but just, I guess, me playing it. I cannot promise how soon I'll get back to it, but, you know, probably like a once in a while, you know, every now and then type thing. A very cool game so far, you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the atmosphere, the mystery, the slow burn feel of it so far. It's very story driven. Spacebar for flashlight switch. Is that spacebar? Some areas of Felton mansions are. Oh, is that tab? What button is that? So it may be difficult to find your bearings. Press the flashlight switch to light up your way, but remember to turn it off if you do not want to stick out. Oh, that's why. That's how you turn it on and off. Oh, God, that's... I like that. So now the game begins. Okay, so again, I want to give a huge shout out to Mike from Mike Plays Games and Movie Mike. Please, I'm going to leave the links to his channels down below, so please check those out. Subscribe to him, leave a comment on, you know, maybe his latest videos on each of those channels. Tell him I sent you, and see you on the next one. So, thank you.